okay, maybe I should have, stopped and looked at myself before I decided to do this. But here I am, January 1, 2023. And, daily ponders. So this is what I'm thinking about today. I've just spent some time going through predictions for 2023. And I always find it interesting um, to look at predictions and then look back at them and, you know, that, yeah. So typically I don't even look at the beginning. I'll look at, later on and be like, oh, okay, yeah, that was actually something that was predicted. But I decided today to take a look at some of the different predictions. And they're not anybody I follow in particular. I just, typed in predictions, 2023 predictions in YouTube. And it was really interesting to see the collective energy, but to see the messages, and it may be interpreted slightly different, but the overall predictions are fairly similar. So that energy, it is there. And one of the things that I really noticed was about in the many that I listened to, and I listen to men and women because they come at it from a very different energy. It's a masculine energy versus a feminine energy. And so the predictions might be fairly similar, but how they express it is very different. And I found that super interesting as well. So, anyways, one of the things that I found across all the ones that I listened, I think I listened to 6 or 7 of them, was about this sort of split in energy this year. So if you're already in that healing realm, that looking after yourself and others, that energy of the feminine divine, this year is going to be amazing, right? If you're not, this year is going to feel like a lot of upheaval. This year is going to feel very full of angst as you try to sort out what's actually happening. One of the other things that they all said in different ways was about uncovering truths, right? Uncovering things that have been hidden for a long, long time, whether it be thousands of years, hundreds of years, tens of years, things that people have been hiding or the earth has been hiding. Because that's another thing that came up was about things being unearthed through the climate change and things like that, where there's meltings or, erosion in places. We're going to see new things that we haven't seen before, which, really, wow, I didn't think this through before I started talking. So really, really makes what we went through in the past year. And if you're anything like me, it was like a year of absolute upheaval as we recognized this shift that was happening and needed to like literally get on board with it or be trampled by it. And I feel like there's going to be even more of that this year. It kind of brings to light why we needed to do that. So I just found it really fascinating to listen to all the different people say basically the same things. And some had more specifics, about where and when and things like that. But most of them talked in, overall what's going to happen energy wise, what's going to happen across the world. There's going to be a lot of financial upheaval, looking at sort of how our economy across the world is like what is value, right? What has value? What all those different things. There's going to be a lot of that this year, and so it's very interesting as someone who is very much into the shift and the feminine divine and changing that energy and recognizing, like, I'm not responsible for the change, right? But I recognize the change that's happening and I'm a part of it in what I share and what I do, and personally how I receive as well. So anyways, that's my daily ponders for today. I still have a lot more thinking to do about it, but I'm kind of excited to see what happens this year, because I think there's going to be a real unbalancing, even more so than we've seen. And I think it's really needed. So we'll see what happens. It's January 1.